Okay, we're live. Hi, Elliot Fishman. Growing a beard and a mustache. I don't know. I always have a mustache, so the beard, I don't know. Maybe I'll get rid of it this week. Anyway, hope everybody is doing well. It's today when I went to work was 53 degrees. It's still August. August, you're usually sweating. 53 degrees feels like late September, early October. I'm sure it will get a lot warmer soon, but yeah, I guess unless you're swimming a lot, it's probably great weather. Of course, if you're working like we are inside, it doesn't really make much of a difference. I picked this topic last week or 2 weeks ago when Lily asked me for a topic AI update. I forgot or didn't think about that. The real AI update was done yesterday when Jensen Huang, who's the CEO, of course you know this, of NVIDIA, announced NVIDIA's amazing earnings and amazing work and really told you what AI is. It's the key company of AI in the world. It's rare for any company to be so important. It's a $4 trillion company and growing. And it had these incredible earnings. If you own the stock, you're lucky. But that incredible earnings was without China. You know, China, some weeks they're buying the chips, some weeks we're selling the chips. It's beyond, obviously, what NVIDIA controls. I think US and China have all of these, it's kind of like a dance. I think at the end, NVIDIA will do fine with that dancing. But anyway, congrats to Jensen and his team doing amazing work. Now, what am I going to talk about an AI update? So I wanted to tell you about this article. This article was published last week. It's called Translating Artificial Intelligence Breakthroughs into Cancer Diagnostic Breakthroughs. The key author was Juan Ferez, who's the head of AI for Good at Microsoft, an amazing computer scientist. And then the other author, or one of the other authors, was Ed Catmull, who was the founder of Pixar. And then Bert Vogelstein, who's the most cited author in the world, highest H factor, has made more discoveries from genetics with colon cancer to liquid biopsies, on. And his son, Joshua Vogelstein. Joshua stands very well on his own. He's a computer scientist and a renowned expert in research. And this article looked at, and I'm going to quote to you the first page. Every week, numerous articles are published that showcase the potential of AI and machine learning to revolutionize medical diagnostics. These studies often report impressive results, yet a significant gap persists between these conceptual and theoretical advances and the practical deployment of AI, machine learning in clinical settings. This disconnect raises critical questions about why AI and machine learning, despite their promise, have yet to become commonplace in oncology. Very, very good question. And yes, we are trying hard, whether it's in radiology oncology or in drug discovery or medical oncology, vaccines, radiation therapy. Everyone's doing an incredible amount of work. Now, what this article then went on to say, the following sections outline 8 major challenges for the oncology and computer science communities that must be overcome for AI to be more widely and effectively put into routine clinical practice. It's worthwhile reading this. It's not really that long or that difficult. It's about a little more than 2+ pages. All of you these days also have things called generative AI in your computer. Microsoft has Copilot. Gemini is what you get with Google. There's OpenAI. One of the things that does is really good at summarizing. So let me tell you a little bit about what the article is summarized. And it says this document discusses the challenges of integrating AI and machine learning into cancer, emphasizing the need for practical solutions. And the 8 things, I'll just talk about them. One is expectations. And the challenge is we often have unrealistic expectations for AI. And it's crucial to understand that these tools should augment, not replace, clinical judgment. Now, if a radiologist is 80% accurate reading a scan, and the machine the AI is 90%, that's amazingly good. But the criticism would be it's not 100%. These unrealistic expectations that either it's 100% or it's no good is kind of silly. Probability. Many AI studies present results in a binary fashion, oversimplifying the complexity of medical decision making. Embracing probabilistic outcomes can enhance the integration of AI insights with clinical expertise. And that basically means we've done some work with Microsoft, and you look at a patient and you say it's a 90% chance it's a cancer. It's not binary, yes, normal, abnormal. And both of us know if you see a big pancreatic mass and you see liver lesions, it's 100% or 99.99% is pancreatic cancer. But for the difficult cases, it's not an all or none. It's probabilistic. You might look at this tumor and say, well, 90% it's malignant, probably an adenocarcinoma. There's about 5%, maybe it's a neuroendocrine tumor. There's about a 0.1% chance it's normal. It's a variation or some strange appearance. So probability becomes very important. And we speak to the patients that way. Patients, you say, well, okay, we think we can do surgery and cure you, have negative margins, and we'll do our best. It's not 100% a zero. You would like to tell the patient 90% we can get everything out. 10% we're not going to be able to. So the patient knows it's not perfect, nothing. Clipping your nails is 100%. I can clip the fingernail. Calibration. AI outputs are not often well calibrated, leading to inaccurate probability estimates. Articles all the time come up. Every article you read is 100% accurate 100% of the time, and then no one uses it. Obviously, that's not going to be the case. Reproducibility. AI can yield different results applied to the same data due to their stoic nature, which is unacceptable in clinical settings where consistency is vital. Again, take the same data, you run an algorithm, 90%, 80%. It needs to be good all the time. It can't work on the patient is left-handed or right-handed. It needs to be good all of the time. We need transparency and interpretability. We need to be able to understand what the computer is thinking. And there are new algorithms, techniques like SHAP, S-H-A-P, and LIME, L-I-M-E, can help clarify complex model outputs so that you understand how the computer made the decision. People are a little bit uncomfortable with black boxes. They want to know how decisions are made so they can see if the decisions are made correctly or incorrectly and how they can do better. That becomes very important. Positive predictive value. You know, if you look at 100 cases that have pancreatic cancer and the computer can detect 95%, yes, it's 95% accurate, but you don't have 100 cases of pancreatic cancer. In a day or a week, you may look at 1,000 cases and one is pancreatic cancer. So it needs to be good with 999 having normal pancreases. When you give the right data, all cancers, you're going to do very, very well. There's things like automation bias, the risk on over-reliance on AI outputs, which can undermine human critical evaluation. AI is our friend. We need to work with AI. If you're in a rush and you say AI is going to give all the answers, I don't need to worry. And if you disagree with AI, you say AI is good, I'm not that good, I'm just listening to AI. That's automation bias. That's a problem. This article goes through all of these things really well, and it's worth reading. Read a paragraph and think about it. Read another paragraph, because this is the way things are going to have to be done if we want to change the world. And we want to change the world for our patients to make things better and better. So the conclusion, AI, machine learning, technology should be viewed as supportive tools in oncology rather than replacements for clinical decision making. Addressing the outlined challenges is essential before conducting prospective clinical trials, which will facilitate the successful integration of AI and machine learning into routine cancer care, ultimately enhancing patient outcomes. Our goal is enhancing patient outcomes. So when we use AI, when we develop AI, when we challenge AI, we need to make certain that we do things correctly, and only then do we use AI. And again, there was a good article a couple of weeks ago which made the point about AI. You'll have some AI in radiology that reads the films by itself and it says normal, fine. There's some way you read it with the radiologist and it helps you out, maybe does a bunch of measurements of the aorta, things like that, so you don't have to. And the third way is, okay, the computer's just not good. This is radiologist only. So things are not going to be an all or none phenomenon. But the AI stuff is going to be there. And I tell you, get on board now. So with that, I'll stop there. Let me just look if there are any questions, and I do not see any questions. I know a lot of people will look at it later. And you can email us or just write it online. So with that, I hope everybody has a great day.